what's your top three, you know what I mean? Your top three moves that you like, yo, when I'm in trouble, I could go to A, B, or C, and how did you master them?
Top three moves.
Because not to cut you off, we already heard Kai be like, yo, man, I hit him with the little hezzy pull, try to get a foul. What's your top three? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. I think baseline fade on the left block. Fade and baseline. Like left shoulder fade, I would say that. Left shoulder fade. Hezzy pull.
All day.
And I would say my one dribble pull up. Like my jab, one dribble pull up.
The jab stuff. Oh, man, listen. Y'all remember that Easter game?
Yeah, that would be the three. Hezzy pull, the jab, one dribble pull up left or right, and then fade left shoulder.
How did you, was that like the yo, I'm gonna practice my spots? Is that how you mastered it? Was it working out with a certain somebody? You know what I'm saying?
So
was it the ones with Mike?
No, so me studying the game, the way I watch players was, certain players, was how they added shit to their game throughout the course of their career, right? And what was effective, throughout the course of their career, right? So if you look at like an MJ and you look at Kobe and you look at, like, they was more fade baseline, you know what I mean? Have spin fade. Like they was, Dirk Nowitzki was 2 dribbles fade off of one leg. Like it was all of those. So they was go-to moves.
Right.
So I needed a go-to move instead of just trying to be down there and bully and this, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, my face up, my jab was kind of like my special move at that point. I did everything out the jab and over 2 feet and, being able to jab. But I didn't have my one dribble was right, you get what I'm saying? But I needed now counters to counters, right? One dribble pull up, right or left, that's the first initial move, jab, go. But when I can jab, go one dribble and spin back and fade, or I can jab one dribble, half spin, fade back off of one, it's like now you putting a counter to a counter. So now you just, in training and working out, you just doing moves and seeing what actually works.
Yeah.
And then I found like this fadeaway. I'm like, oh, damn, this shit work. Like, okay. But I also needed a move because I used to get the ball stripped out of my hands a lot when I was young, early on. I back down. I wasn't as strong as some of the guys I was guarding. So every time I fade or I turned around, they would slap the ball, they would swipe the ball out of my hands. And I never could figure out why. And like, I think it was like Cuttino Mobley. It was like the guy who made me really like, oh, I can't play with this little nigga. Like, I got to bang, bang, and turn baseline or bang, bang, and shoot fades. Be quick and precise with that. So I started learning, taking the fade over the left shoulder and started working on it and working on it and working on it. Every single day, I would do 5, 2 spots and just work on it and work on it both ways, so I can do it and mirror that on both blocks. So that was one of them. My first step, I always knew I had a quick first step. So my thing was just to perfect my jab and short jab versus a long jab, a straight jab versus a back jab. Like, you know what I mean? Like a step back jab. What was my jab series going to be? If I jab right and you cut me off, am I able to go left, make a move and come back right? Right? Like I had to learn counters to counters, which is why I always was working in like these phone booth type of spaces, you know what I mean? Then the hezzy pull, honestly, the hezzy pull came more like when I came to New York, almost in a sense.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Because I started shooting more threes. Yeah. It's like, coming to New York and the game is changing and the game is getting faster and the game is about shooting more threes now and the stretch fours. And so you got to shoot threes.
Did you like that?
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're a shooter.
That was the best. I think that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Like me playing a stretch four here at the Knicks. It was, and I wanted that because at first I fought it. I'm like, I'm not no four. I'm not no stretch four. Like I play in the Olympics just because I ain't, you know what I mean? Like it's easy over this shit is, a lot different, but I'm not coming over here to bang out with them. I'm not doing that.
With David West?
I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the Garnetts and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather be at this time. These are real fours. These are real fours. I'm not going out there with y'all. Zach Randolph. No. I'm not going to Boogie Cousins and at this time to Boogie Cousin. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'll do it. But I can't do that every single night and then go try to win. Like it's just.
Come on, dog.
Nah.
Them dudes offensive line.
Why am I down anyway? Why am I begging Marc Gasol? Yeah, I'm cool on that, champ. I'm cool. So, once I kind of understood what the stretch 4 situation was, like, now I can this is the way I can get easier shots. I can get more wide open shots as opposed to having to go get it all the time. I can let Raymond Felton and those guards come off and kick back to me. And now I'm catching you closing out. Now it's better for me to go one-on-one on the closeout as opposed to just coming down, throwing it to me every time. And I like that type of shit. But now I gotta smarten up because everybody else is smartening up. Prospects has got you covered when it comes to help you make some bread.
Yes, sir. Prospects is a daily fantasy app where you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. Prospects is simple to play. You know what I mean? I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. Man.
Be sure to visit prospects.com/7PM and use promo code 7PM for a deposit match up to $100. In the meantime, stay locked in to 7PM in Brooklyn.